Hello and welcome to Heroes of History. This time we are looking into this hero here called Sacagawea, and she is a healer and she is ranged. As you can see, well, there's a pretty shared attack and defense ratio here, and well, almost a little more than 9,000 hit points. It's quite actually quite a lot. So let's look what she can here. Normal base damage, 72 hits per minute, a little extra. That comes from her awakening. I've been rather lucky in that regard. Other than that, movement speed is medium, attack range is normal. Well, there's nothing special in that kind. Let's see what I got in awakening. I pulled her 6 times in this season pass, which is rather high. I have never done that ever with the 4-star, but on the other hand, I didn't get the 5-star at all. So I found it as a consolation prize. First you get 7.5% extra hit points, she gets some focus and more hit points and even more hit points, so almost 50% extra hit points. That's why she's so high on hit points. And at last some attack speed. That's why she has 12 more hits per minute than normal. Her ability, the Guiding Light, is a heal focus ability. And she tends to the wounded healing ally hero with the lowest health for, well, almost 1,000% here at level 10. 3 more levels and we'll reach the 1,000% of her base damage. She also charges the ability of that ally by 5 seconds. That sounds nice. Well, let's test it out right now and see if it is good to us. Now, not this province, we usually use province 24, and let's start here with battle number 1, and if we're lucky, I haven't been doing anything here on the campaign map since last time, so I just have to switch this guy, and we should be ready to go and see if she does better. Now I just need to find her down here somewhere. Oh, did I go too far down? I think I missed her. Perhaps not on. There's a lot of heroes to choose from. There she was. There she goes. I'll just check the formation now. And yes, we're ready to go. Let's roll and see how she does and how she looks when she's fighting. And let's see, let's jump around here. And well, there's not a lot to heal, but 5 seconds extra focus is 5 seconds extra focus. And everyone starts missing because that was our defender there. Nice. There comes the fire and well, there she does something again. Oh, and Bismarck reels in the enemies. It seemed really pretty helpful and not too shady with a number of ability users. There comes the dragon. People start shooting left and right. We don't like them shooting too much. So let's heal someone and get them full focus so we can have everybody starting to miss every now and then the dragon bites hard. We're off to a pretty neat start for the 3rd wave actually, which is nice. Might even... So far it looks like we might have a healer that is more useful than Ashok the Great, which would be incredible. But it's also a long time since they had a good single focus hero that you can really use. Not that I don't use Amelia Earhart, she's pretty strong I think, and I use her actually a lot. And that's... despite she's still a level 40 on my teams, though a lot of heroes I have moved them past and all the way to level 80, so there is that. Let's look at the battle stats here and see how well she did. That's not a lot of healing. Well, no, it seems pretty low. Well, it seems like the team did pretty well still, but that focus thing is a hard thing to track in the battle stats, so we'll have to use our eyes to see if she is actually a good and compatible hero. But so far it seemed like she was doing just fine, because there doesn't seem to be too far between her using her ability.
Defenders, stand united.
And well, as you can see, she does do great things and leave the required healing, though it might not always be the most hurt hero that is the most in need of help, or having the most effective, what do you call it, most effective ability. But if she can just heal often enough, well, that shield Bismarck has made, well, he'll attract all the damage, but he'll need to do a lot more than that to survive this. Oh, that, he already died once now. Could he please stop doing that? That's awfully not nice of him. Well, his shield isn't that strong, so that's a bad, well, a good thing that I put that relic on him. I see that. Now let's see how the numbers work out. Well, I might say it was an impressive amount of hit points Bismarck he reeled in, but using this ability all the time, there was hardly anyone else our enemies hit. So, well, giving him that much extra when it comes to his focus, well, he uses it so often that that your enemies doesn't care for anyone else but him, and well, in some regards that's rather helpful, because well, if you surround him with goons that are pretty strong at damaging and well not care too much about defense, well, everyone trying to hit him is an eminent strategy.
Defenders, stand united.
Let's see here how it goes in the third battle. So far it doesn't change much. And I still like that dragon you have, Romulan. That's really awesome how that lures in the enemy and well kills them off in few and short bursts. Yes, there's really a lot of dragon fire out there, and well, I think that Bismarck guy gets some healing and be ready for next round's taunting. Nice raid here. Let's just see if he can be kept alive here, because holy crap, that's a lot of archers trying to lure in our troops. And he really often get that focus bonus from Sacagawea. Well, yes, well, we're there now with the battle stats, so let's see here after the third battle how good she behaved, and there we go. Well, let's roll it for the fourth battle and see if it keeps up the impressive streak that has been so far. Here's battle number 7 in this province. And, well, let's go. We should have the focus. Oh, yes. Bismarck should have the focus. And, well, that's really gets a lot of hurt his way. Now, would you please pull a dragon there? Yes. And it should be much easier to be him. Here comes the healing, and you can see that how lots of effect it has on Bismarck, that he has 5 seconds faster recharge. Well, he doesn't get out of the taunt before he starts his next one. And, well, that's rather helpful, actually. Because, well, everyone else can concentrate on just hitting everyone else. A combination between Sacagawea and a taunt hero, well, it will be mightily good and strong as long as your taunt hero has enough hit points to well deal with the enemies coming at him. then everyone else just need to focus on having a lot of attack and a lot of damage, and well,
Defenders, stand
you
united.
will level the enemies with these. And well, that was the fourth battle. Let's look at the battle stats once more, and then we will have one battle more to end this round. Well, let's jump to the final battle and see what my conclusions will come of this. So far, it's really not bad. It's actually quite good for a 4-star. Now let's finish him off here. It's a one giant battle, and well, everybody's going for Bismarck. Now Sacagawea, well, he can reel in another shield, and oh, bollocks, they're killing him fast. Somebody is gonna get him some healing, but I'm not sure he will get that in time. That was his ability to, well, keep himself alive, but that didn't help a lot. He loses out here, and well, you can say a lot about her ability to give them a boost in focus, but that wasn't enough for Bismarck this time. He simply ran out of hit points anyway. Now let's look into the collective stats. Bismarck made a little less damage. That might be because he, well, died early down here in the last battle. Just Washington the same. Louis XIV a bit more. Milan, well, just around the same. And well, Sacagawea, even with a faster attack rate, she hands out less damage than Sugar the Great, which is, well, it's a bit peculiar. Now, what's Otto von Bismarck? Well, as you get most of her focus ability here, well, he did take on a lot more damage and less damage here, well, with everyone else, even Sacagawea compared to Sugar the Great. But given the fact that Bismarck was down and dying, and his talisman being the only one keeping him alive a little longer, and looking at, she gives way less healing than a Sugar the Great, I guess I would go with a Sugar the Great still as a primary healer. Not because Sacagawea's ability to make them focus the other heroes more often isn't a good thing, but in Bismarck's case it's also the thing that, well, keeps him in the eye of the enemy, and against a strong enemy that can, well, overcome the defenses you have. It's not the smartest thing to get, but useful, yes, very useful, but just not with a taunt hero. I think I would stay with a Sugar the Great. But apart from that, I think she did really great, even though she didn't do a lot of healing. The focus, the extra focus she gave was also a really big boon for the battles for the other heroes. So that's my recommendations of her. I will say thank you for watching this video.